Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I have some finished pieces of jewelry I wanted to share with you all today. A few videos back, I opened an order that I had made with Potomac beads where they were having a sale, and I got a whole bunch of cut buttons along with a few other things. And I also showed y'all my bead on it board that I had gotten. I didn't get it in that order. I'd had it for a few weeks. I just never showed it to y'all, and I really love it because I can take it in the living room with me and bead. And I've been doing that, following other people's video tutorials and making pieces. I really enjoy doing that sometimes because they've done all the hard work for me, figuring out what size beads to use and the spacing and all that. And I could just gather up whatever I need and take it in the living room with me and watch their video tutorials on my TV and bead in there. When I'm making my own piece of jewelry, I need to be in here where I have everything close at hand because I never know what I'm going to need. But when I'm following somebody else's tutorial, all I need to do is just gather up whatever beads I need and take it in there with me. And I have to get out of this chair sometimes. I sit in here for hours at a time and my back gets to hurting and stuff, so I need to go in the living room and sit in there anyway. And now with my new bead on it board, I can do that and make pieces of jewelry from other people's video tutorials. And that's what I've been doing. All these are video tutorials that I've Potomac bead video tutorials that I've used to make all these pieces. And I'll put links to all the video tutorials that I followed in the description box below to each of these pieces. I've got 5 bracelets and a necklace that I've made. So this first piece, I tried to go back and look at all the colors that I used. What I did was I made all this stuff and then I put the beads up. And then when I decided to make this video, I decided to try to go dig everything out and figure out what I used as far as colors. But I'm not really going to know about these fire polish beads in this first bracelet because these were just about some random this fire polish beads that I had left over from other projects. This is a really great stash buster bracelet because you can see I used a whole bunch of, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors in this. This was a video that Allie did. It was called the Tilted Raw Bracelet, Right Angle Weave Bracelet. And in hers, I believe she used 8mm beads and 8/0 seed beads and some 2mm crystals. And I didn't have any 2mm crystals that I wanted a neutral color. I have some 2mm beads, but I wanted a neutral color and I didn't have any in a neutral color. So instead of using 8mm and 8mm beads and 8/0s, I used 4mm beads and 11/0s. And I had these tiny little, and you probably can't even see them, but right there, tiny little 1.5 by 2mm crystals. They're a really, really pale blue. They're such a pale blue you can hardly tell that they're blue. So I used those in place of where she used the 2mm crystals. She also mentioned, I think, that you could use 3mm crystals if you wanted to. And the one she did, you could use 6mm beads instead of 8mm beads. I'm not sure. I think she used 8mm beads in that. But this is something you could play around. Like you could use 6mm beads and 8/0s and 2 or 3mm crystals, or you could use 8mm beads and 8/0s and 2 or 3mm crystals. You can just use a whole bunch of different varieties of beads in this kind of a bracelet, and she talks about that in the video. And like I said, I'll put a link to it in the description box below. So the only colors that I know as far as this bracelet goes is I used Durcoat galvanized silver 11/0s here, and I did one of the mini cut buttons I got in that order. And this is cut button was metallic aqua. And then I did a loop here. Let's see if I can put this together so you can see it put together. A loop here for my button to go through. And I decorated the loop up with some 15-0s. They're called opaque juniper berry. The 15-0s that I used to decorate the loop are called opaque juniper berry. And I've got that twisted. I knew I would when I put it together. Let's see if I can do this again and not get it twisted. Yeah, there we go. So that's what that one looks like. And I think I've sort of successfully figured out the colors in all the other pieces I'm going to show you here. So hold on, let me get the next piece and I'll be back. Okay, this one is one that I believe Anna did this bracelet. It's called the Zinnia Garland Super Duo bracelet. And of course it uses super duos. I did mine a little bit different than she did hers. She used 8 super duos around each of the little flowers here, and I think she used 8 O's between them, but I was having a hard time getting that to work, so I used 10 super duos around and 11 O's between them. And then I think she used 3mm, I'm not sure if it was a round or a bicone in the center of hers. I used a 4mm in the center of mine. But other than that, it's just exactly like the one she did. I just, using the 8 beads around, for some reason I couldn't get it to work. It was cupping too much. It was not laying as flat as I wanted it to. So I just increased it to 10 instead of 8. And I used, these are called, mine said bronze pale gold on the label. I think some places it's called Aztec gold. And these, of course, y'all know I had to get a little purple in here. These are milky amethyst. And these are white champagne luster. And these are topaz amber gold. And I put some little yellow 4mm bicones in the center there. And I'm not real happy with myself because some of my bicones are tilted that way and some of them are tilted that way. And I don't know why I did that. I wanted to have them all tilted in the same way, and it's probably not something anybody but me would notice, but I would rather have had them all tilted in the same way, but that's just a little picky thing. And I used some Duracoat galvanized 11-0 seat beads. And then I've got a little toggle clasp here that I had in my stash, of course. See if I can put this together so you can see it. So that's what that one looks like. So hold on and I'll get the next one. I'll be back. Okay, this one is from a video that Allie did. It's called the Magic Square Bracelet. And in this one I used some 4mm, just some 4mm white glass pearls I had in my stash. I think they might be kind of an off-white and maybe an ivory color, I'm not sure. And these 6mm bicones came in the latest Potomac Beads Treasure Edition box that I got. I think they're called Smoky Amethyst. And then I used 8-0 Duracoat galvanized champagne seed beads and one of these mini cut buttons I got in my order. This is a white Picasso cut button. And then I just did a little loop here and put it together here so you can see it. This is a really simple, easy bracelet. All these pieces are just really simple and easy to follow. So that's that one. This one worked up really quickly. You could make a lot of these in a short amount of time. So hold on and I'll get the next one and I'll be back. Okay, my next bracelet that I made was from a video called the Super Delight bracelet, and Allie did this one, I'm pretty sure. And in this one I used those white champagne luster super duos like I used in that other bracelet. And then I've got some 4mm and 3mm fire polish beads here They were called Alabaster White Gold Travertine, and that I'd gotten in one of the recent dollar bead boxes. I think it was the December box that these were in. I can't remember what she used. I believe she used 4mm pearls and 3mm bicones in the one she did. But I wanted to use these because I thought they were so pretty and they go together. They're the same color. So that's what I used, 4mm fire polish and 3mm fire polish. And then I used some 11.0 Duracoat galvanized gold seed beads. And this was a really simple and easy bracelet to make too. And I used one of my white Picasso cut buttons that I have like a million of. Not 1,075,000. I got 75 of them. And then I've just got my little loop made there. Sometimes I decorate the loop and sometimes I don't, just depending on whether or not I've got any 15-0s that I think will go well with the bracelet. And since this is kind of a monochromatic bracelet, I didn't really decorate it, the loop up or anything, but this was really easy to make too. So hold on, I'll get the next piece and I'll be back. Okay, this is my last bracelet that I made, and it was not a tutorial by Allie or Anna. I think the lady's name was Marissa that did this tutorial. This one was a little bit more difficult to make than the others. It wasn't hard, but it was just a little bit more difficult because of the way you connect the units together, but it wasn't hard to do. It uses disc duos. These are called, the color on these are white, teal, luster, and of course disc duos are exclusive to Potomac beads. They're the only ones that have disc duos. And I use those same bronze pale gold super duos there. And I used, I did it a little bit different than she did. Here for the connection, she used an 11.0, a 15.0, and 11.0. And I tried that, and I kept breaking the 15.0 when I went around it. I don't know why. It might have been because I was using 6-pound fire line, and she was using size 6 dragon thread. And that might have been the reason I kept breaking the 15.0 when I went around it. So instead of an 11.0, 15.0, 11.0, I used 3 11.0s. And they fit in there just fine. And the ones on the outside here are the seafoam color. And on the inside here I used a Duracoat galvanized gold. And then around, there's some 8.0s here right next to the super duos. And those are called forest green lined, are the ones I used. And then I used the little seafoam 11.0 here. And then around here, I used some 15.0s in Duracoat galvanized gold. And these little 3mm fire polish beads are called pearlized hunter green. And those came from a dollar bead box. I'm not sure which one, but one of the recent dollar bead boxes. And I just used a toggle clasp from my stash. And put this one together. So that's that one. And that's the last of the bracelets. And the last piece I have is a necklace. So hold on, I'll get it. Okay, here's my last piece, and it's a necklace that I made from a tutorial that Anna did. And I just thought this necklace was so pretty that she made that I wanted to try to make one like it if I could. It's called the Spring Splendor Flower Fringe Necklace that she did. And I used a lot of things from my stash. These, I've got some 3mm glass pearls there, and some 8.0 seed beads there. Duracoat dyed opaque spruce is the color on those. And then down here for the fringe part at the focal, in that same order where I got all those cut buttons, I bought some of these 4mm Potomac Crystal Rounds Light Sapphire AB that she used in her necklace. And I bought this check Bellflowers pink mix that she used in her video. And then I added in some Bellflowers of mine that I had in my stash. I had these little ones here that are kind of pink and white. I believe these came in one of the Treasure Edition boxes. So I sprinkled some of those throughout there. And then I had some amethyst colored Bellflowers in my stash that I used in there. And I've got a few green rondelles in there that I used. And then I used an Aztec gold cut button and made a loop. And so the closure is on the side like that. Of course, you could, like she shows in the video, if you wanted to, you could wear it with the cluster on the side and the chain on this side and kind of make it an asymmetrical looking necklace. But this was a lot of fun to make. I enjoyed doing this fringe. I've not done a lot of fringe before, but I really enjoyed doing this. It was a lot of fun, and I just wanted to try to make one sort of like the one she made because I thought it was so pretty. So that's my necklace, and that's my last piece. So hold on, let me see if I can get all this together in one picture, and I'll be back. Okay, there's the pieces that I have made recently using some of the Potomac Beads video tutorials. Like I said, I really enjoyed doing that. They've already done all the hard work for me, figuring out the design and everything. And it's not something I have had a lot of time to do since I've been doing my own videos. But I do really enjoy doing it, and it gives me an opportunity to use up some beads from my stash that I need to use. Of course, I'm always working with the subscription boxes, so I don't use a lot of beads from my stash. So this gives me the opportunity to do that. And I love my new bead on it board because I can do this in the living room, sitting in my comfortable chair, watching their tutorials on the television. So I just really enjoy doing this. And like I said, I'll link all the videos that I followed in the description box below in case you all want to check them out and make these pieces yourself. I'll also put a link to the Potomac Beads website in the description box below. Their website is just really wonderful. They've got everything you could imagine that you would need to make jewelry, and their customer service is really, really wonderful. I just can't say enough about their customer service. It's awesome. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. I also sell gift cards and some extra beads and findings that I have. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.